Hey, good morning, guys. You know what time it is. So, today I realized that I need to really get to the point and stop dragging these videos too long and make them really concise and to the point. I want to I want for you to get as much value as you possibly could from as little time as possible. So the goal with these is to compile them as much as I can and make them short enough and brief enough to where um, you could extract a lot of information with a little time. And I'm already wasting time now, so let's begin. I opened up to a page and I talk about creating and producing my own music. That's really the title of this entry. So again, I'm gonna read through, break it down, and then I'll sit through a little meditation. And you're more than welcome to join me. Doesn't really matter if you do. I just hope you're having a good morning. I made myself a coffee. And I don't usually drink coffee a lot, but when I do, I like putting 2 spoonfuls of butter in there. Some reason, I guess my brain likes this butter, and brain is mostly fat. So when I realized the more fat adapted I become, the more my brain just likes that source of energy, likes that source of fuel. So anyways, butter coffee is my thing. There's a story about a monk in Tibet that was so attached to butter tea. You know, in Tibet, because it's cold, they make this yak tea butter, and all the monks love it because you could drink a couple cups of tea and that'll last you the whole day. So this monk was on his deathbed, and he just wouldn't die. His just body wouldn't pass. His consciousness or his mental state was obviously absent, but his body was still alive. And all the other monks were like, "Man, what's up with this guy? He just won't let go. He just won't die." And so they go to the Buddha or someone higher up, right, on the ladder of enlightenment, and they were like, "What do we do with this monk? He just won't die. And he goes and tells him, go and whisper in his ear that there's a better butter tea on the other side." So they go and they tell him that, and immediately he just like, "All right, I'm good, peace," and he just dies, right? But the moral of the story is we know that a lot of the things we know that we are attached to, right? But what are the things that we're not even aware that we have such a strong connection with, that we just won't let go, right? What is that? The strong desire for something that I really crave so much that I'm not willing to let go, right? I'm attached to that thing so much that I'm not I'm not letting it go, right? Anyways, that was just a slight little detour, so I already wasted too much time. Creating and producing my own music. All right, learning the rules and general concepts of music and the different styles allows for grasping of the essentials first. So just like anything new that we learn, obviously we have somebody teaching us, right? An instructor. I sign up for music lessons or something, or even like a martial arts lessons, right? I'm being taught by this master who kind of introduces the basics to me, right? Tells me, okay, this is a note D, this is a note F sharp, teaches me about all the different notes and how all the different movements. Let's say I'm learning a martial art, how the different movements and different patterns build up the whole art of music, right? Or anything else that I'm learning. This goes with anything we endeavor upon. So anything new, it doesn't have to be music. It could be learning how to cook, right? You need to learn all about the different ingredients first and learn about how other people do that. The art of cooking, right? How do different people do that? And you read books on it, maybe about cooking. You read books on martial arts, right? Just to learn the fundamentals. Any new skill is taught to us by masters, whether that be in movement or sport or song or playing an instrument or writing or philosophizing. Yeah, anything you could find people before you that have done the same thing, and you could study them, emulate them, mimic their patterns, mimic their actions. You try to emulate them, right? Try to be like them. We all must learn and study the people that did it before us, and even mimic and emulate, yeah, to the point of countless repetition in order to develop the fundamental awareness of what we are studying. Yeah, I just kind of talked about that. We need to almost like learn to subconsciously repeat their steps without really thinking about doing those. Like, right? We let's say we learn a move in martial arts. I could relate to that because I've done it for majority of my life. At first, I don't know how to do a move, right? I'm not aware of what I don't know. But this master shows me a move that I begin to think about, and I'm like, okay, this is how I do it, and I am conceptualizing as I practice the movement, and I become so proficient at this movement where the thinking process begins to really fade in the background, and that is where practice is, right? Practice is the place where I'm repeating something so much to where I eventually cease to think about the move that I learned. So in a way, I could get woken up from a sleep, from a deep slumber, and I'll be able to exercise that move without really thinking about it. And that's when I could really begin to apply this move in competition, for example, is when I don't think about it. I know how to do that move, but in competition is about when I'm going to actually do the move, right? I know how to exercise the move. I know how to play that certain note of music, but when am I gonna play that, right? When am I gonna play that? And this is essential. So practice is essential in order to understand the pattern before I begin creating my own pattern. So to begin creating my own music and dance, I need to have the fundamental knowledge about the basics of the art of choice first. This can become tricky because if the master isn't able to realize a potential prodigy that is in front of him, that is learning from them, a master could easily miss the opportunity to allow the prodigy some freedom. Let's say I am a master and a student comes to me. The student has never learned wrestling, right? I was teaching wrestling and jiu-jitsu for a while. So somebody comes to me and they've never done jiu-jitsu in their life, right? And I start teaching them my concepts and the way I do things, right? And I don't even realize that this kid might be a prodigy of that specific art. The kid might be so much better than me, but me as the master, my ego is blocking the opportunity for me to allow some freedom for that kid to try his own things and play his own music, right? And if I don't catch it in time, usually a good master will acknowledge that almost the very first day. He'll see a kid and he'll see a talent, and then immediately he'll know, okay, with this kid I gotta just forget about all the rules that I know about structure and how this art should be played. No, this kid is actually gonna teach me how to play this. And I remember having a coach early on in my wrestling career that told my brother, you don't even you don't need to come to practice, just show up whenever. And he wouldn't make him do the same things that the other kids did. It was very interesting because the coach recognized the prodigy early on, to where it allowed him to have freedom. And it was so much respect for that coach. He ended up passing a long time ago. I never had the chance to express, how much he meant for us. But anyways, he was able to recognize and allow some slack. If that prodigy is being taught by the master the concepts without allowing for the freedom to express, this can be very detrimental for the student. Obviously, the basics are good to know, and you need to be proficient enough with the basics to learn how to fly, right? You need to learn how to walk before you begin flying. But also the eagle, the baby bird, doesn't learn how to walk. It's being dropped from the cliff, and it has to learn how to fly on the go, right? Learn how to fly on the go. And we're so afraid, right? Let's say I have a child. We're so afraid to let our kids fall down the cliff and learn to fly on the way down. No, I need to teach them everything I know before I let them fly on their own. And a lot of times this could be good, but this could also be dangerous, very dangerous, because if I teach somebody everything that I know, and I require that he knows everything that I know before I let him go and fly, that can become very dangerous. It can become I begin to feel too attached to me showing everything I know to this kid or this student or whatever, and miss the opportunity to allow them for a chance to fly, right? As a master, I should be able to let my student fly, and for me to not even care if he comes back and says, "Thank you, master, for letting me fly," or if they become successful, for me to have some credit in that, right? Maybe I'm so afraid that I'm not gonna get the credit that I deserve as a master, right? Oh, this child never thanked me when I taught him everything he knows, right? We often feel that, right? Oh, my kid never said thank you when I gave him so much. I taught him everything he knows. Oh man, yeah, it's a vicious cycle, right? The ego of the master may be stuck in a belief that his or her way is the ultimate way, and could miss the opportunity to allow the prodigy to fly and soar higher than the master himself, right? So, as a master, I know to learn from everybody else, right? A kid could show up not knowing anything about what I'm trying to teach him, and yet they could be my master. They could be my master. And with that, I conclude this entry. And the goal for this meditation, I know I have a short time, is to think about who my master is. Who can I learn from today? Who could bring something into my awareness that will be beneficial for me today? Maybe my master today will be a coworker that I that I think have nothing to offer me, right? Or maybe it's somebody on the street, like maybe a random stranger that I meet, that would bring something into my existence, right? Into my awareness that maybe I miss, right? Maybe I'm seeking for some answer that a lot of times I don't even know what I'm seeking for, but maybe there's something that I'm seeking. And I open myself up to the possibility that whatever I'm seeking will come to me at the moment that I need it. I just have to keep my awareness open and keep my heart open for the message to come in any way, shape, and form today for me. Maybe an animal, maybe a bird will sing, and maybe a creature or a child would come and remind me about the music that I could create. I know that I can appreciate beautiful music. I could appreciate beautiful literature that I read. I am fascinated by philosophy and people that can articulate their words in a way that captures me, right? In the way that captures me and grasps my attention. But I also am aware that the real magic happens for me when I begin to play my own music, begin to dance to my own song. And I understand that that is what is gonna give me a sense of fulfillment, is when I dance to my own song. So how do I gather enough information, gather enough knowledge, and gather enough wisdom to where I'm able to play my own music? To where I'm able to construct my own melody to where it feels pleasant and blissful, and something I could enjoy and listen and look from a distance and be fascinated by it. I believe that each and every one of us has the opportunity to learn to dance and to play their own music, to sing their own song like all these birds are doing today, to move to their own rhythm without going too fast or too slow, just going at their own pace. And finding joy in moving at their own pace. And let this mindfulness here reminds us all to play this music and dance this dance at our own pace. I'm not racing with you. I'm not trying to go faster than you or trying to achieve more than you. I simply want to enjoy my own rhythm. I want to be blissed out of the sound of my own music and play my own melody just for its own sake. Just play it for its own sake. And whoever's around me to listen to my song, if they like it, good. If they don't, also good, because I realize that not everybody's gonna like my jam. You know, not everybody's gonna like hip hop or opera, right? They're all very different, right? Some people like opera and some people love hip hop. It's all good. Everybody's got their own taste and their own spice and flavor. And I know that I have my own spice and flavor as well. And if I learn to enjoy my own spice and my own flavor, then I know for a fact that someone else will enjoy it too. But if I'm playing my music for the wrong reasons, right? If I'm beating my drum to seek something out of it, then I lose the whole point. I lose the whole premise of the idea of playing my own music. So I'm gonna close this meditation with just breathe in your own music and your own jam and your own rhythm. Just fill yourself up with it. And relax into yourself, into your own song, into your own jam. It's easy dancing to your own rhythm. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like you're trying hard to play your own jam. It simply is who you are. And the paradox that is it's the hardest and the easiest thing to do. It's to play your own music. So let go of all these predetermined conceptions about how to play this music, because there's no right or wrong way to play this music. You have to learn to detach from the correct way of playing your own music, because guess what? You're the only one that knows how to play your own music, and you are the best person that can play your own music, right? Whether that be work or whatever it is that you're doing today, know that you are the best person for that act that you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you're a parent, maybe you're a child, maybe you're a teacher. You are the perfect individual placed in that role to play this role in your life. Maybe it's somebody taking out the trash. You could be the best trash taker out there if you just dance to your own song and bring joy and love into that act. Because that's what it comes down to. I want to enjoy what I do, and I want to bring that joy into everything else. So I'm gonna close this up. It's already been too long. I kind of went overboard again. I can't just make these short. I need a lot of practice on that. But again, thank you. I thank myself first for being able to stick up to my own dance and play my own song, and to be fully connecting with this. What are they singing? I'm trying to figure out. They all play their own different songs. Every bird plays a different sound, and some are outright obnoxious, right? Some sounds are just like, yo, this, especially early in the morning, I'm like, man, this bird is just quacking, you know. But to some, that's beautiful. That's why I appreciate the quacks as well, because I know that they're doing it, and they're loving that. They're like, fuck yeah, bro, I know how to quack, so I'm gonna be quacking for the rest of my life. I'm gonna whistle. I'm really good at that, so I'm gonna do that for the rest of my life. I found something I like, and I'm gonna keep whistling for the rest of my life, because I find that to be joyful to me. So find that melody, find that act, find that art that you really enjoy, and just whistle that for the rest of your life. Just whistle that and just spread the love. Spread the love. That's it. Fall in love with yourself and spread it to everybody else. All right, thank you. Love and peace.